I don't know. Venom is directed by Ruben Fleischer and stars Tom Hardy as Eddie Brock, an investigative journalist who's trying to take down Carlton Drake, played by Riz Ahmed. And while investigating him, he breaks into the facility that Riz Ahmed is testing all of these people with these things. He gets infected by what is known as a symbiote and gets taken over by Venom. Now, since Sony was struggling to make Spider-Man awesome, they gained help from the MCU, who made him awesome in Civil War and his own standalone movie, etc. We all know how that turned out. So you'd think, okay, Sony have still got the rights to Venom. Can they make him good? I know they're still in partnership with Marvel, but this is mainly a Sony production here. Can they be trusted? I kind of don't know. Oh dear, oh dear. Now, please let me say off the bat here that I don't actually hate Venom. A lot of people are hating on this movie, but I did go and see it at the beginning of the week, but I really wanted to see how it would go. Obviously with the phenomenon of A Star Is Born that came out, and that really helped my channel, that entire video. That movie has exploded, but since the week that this movie has been out, it is now #1 in the world. Maybe it's because this time of year is shit for movies. I'm kind of putting that into consideration. But I didn't hate it. I didn't. It's just a lot more for me to complain about than I thought there would be, and it's not amazing. Let me get into it. Now, first off, everybody wants to know, Tom Hardy as Venom, he is now in the MCU. This is amazing. We know he was really good as Bane in the Dark Knight trilogy. How is he as Venom? Now, as I said, I waited for a while to see what would happen with this movie, and Tom Hardy came out saying there's 40 minutes of Venom footage that they took out of the movie that he really loved, and you can really tell because the first half of this movie is just Eddie Brock being an investigative journalist and struggling with Michelle Williams, his wife in the movie. It's really dull. Really, I got really bored of the Eddie Brock scenes. Sort of like the first act of the movie was really dull. It was more of like a weird sort of drama with no real connection to anything until Venom comes in. When Venom comes in, the movie actually perks up and is actually really entertaining, and he has this back and forth banter with Venom, who's obviously in his head. The symbiote's in his body. If you've never heard of Venom, if you haven't heard of him, why are you watching this? Go watch something, a Spider-Man cartoon or anything. But once Venom gets into it, the whole film is what it should have been, and I can completely agree when Tom Hardy said, you know, where's that 40 minutes gone? Because that could have really made the movie really, really funny and what it needed to be. I don't know where the decision was to get rid of that. Really odd. A little note to Sony, this movie is called Venom, not Eddie Brock. And because I think they suffer with Eddie, they also suffer with Michelle Williams, a woman who is an amazing actor. I truly love her. She's amazing. I loved her in The Greatest Showman, one of my favourite movies of last year. They completely didn't use her at all. There's a moment, little spoiler, but she wears the symbiote suit for a little while. That's kind of okay, but the rest of the movie, she's more Kirsten Dunst than Kirsten Dunst in Spider-Man. Just really sort of whiny and odd, and their relationship together is really choppy, and the script just seems really stupid around them. It's really weird. I don't understand what they were doing with her. Riz Ahmed as well as the villain was such a fucking like James Bond cat sort of stroking villain. It's just his motives were just really fucking stupid, and I just hated him. And he's been in one of my favourite films of all time, Four Lions. He's a great actor, we know he is. I don't understand what they did with everybody else in this movie that made them such a stump fucking mess. I don't understand. This movie has such a glimmer of hope and potential of what it could have been, but it's almost like there was too many fingers in that pie to make the movie they wanted to do. It's almost like Sony were given the reins, were confident with it, and then just completely fucked it right up. I don't understand what they were doing. I didn't hate the movie because I could see the potential in there. It's such a shame that they just didn't run with it. They had Spider-Man as a blueprint and they didn't use it. What the chuff, man. With all this being said, guys, I am going to give Venom a 2.5 out of 5. Not my least favourite movie of the year, but certainly the one with the most wasted potential. I'm still a Marvel fanboy, but this movie, if they're going to do another one, which by the looks of it they need to really step their game up and really work with Marvel more. And if they're going to integrate it like they said they're going to, and well, they haven't said anything, but you just fucking know they are. They'd be stupid not to. They really need to look at this one and just really work on their shit. It really needs to be done. So there you have it, guys. There is my take on Venom. If you have seen the movie, then please let me know in the comments. As always, I love to read them. I love to comment with you guys. I love to have the conversation about the movies. Please don't forget, before you go, you sexy bitches, to like and subscribe and tell all of your friends about it. I'd love people to know more. I'd love to grow. Let's do this, guys. And until next time, this is your friendly neighbourhood ginger guy saying, Ginger out.